Today in this video we are going to discuss about the set of claim which is discussed in order 8 and rule 6 of Civil Procedure Code 1908. Set of claim என்பது it is usually coming in the money suit. ஒருவர் இன்னொருவருக்கு பணம் கொடுக்க வேண்டும், ஒருவர் ஏ என்பவர் பி பணம் தர வேண்டும் என்று கிளைம் செய்கிறார். ஆனால் அதே சமயம் பி டிஃபெண்டன்ட் ஆனவர் தனக்கு பி பிளான்டிஃப் ஏ என்பவர் பணம் தர வேண்டும், எனவே அதனை சரி செய்து அட்ஜஸ்ட் செய்து மீதியை கொடுக்க வேண்டும் என்று கோர்ட் உத்தரவிட வேண்டும் என்று வழக்கு தொடுவதற்கு செட் ஆஃப் கிளைம் என்று பெயர். ஸோ இதை பற்றி நாம் பார்க்க இருக்கின்றோம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நேச்சர் அண்ட் ஸ்கோப் ஆஃப் செட் ஆஃப். இதில் actually it is usually the set of claim will come in money suit, and it is a counter claim suit. When one claims with the other, another also claims with the other, this is mutually a set of claim by the both parties of plaintiff and defendant, and the defendant need not file a separate suit in respect of cross claim. In the same suit both the things are ordered, and the existence of cross claim is a prerequisite. So கண்டிப்பாக ஒரு cross claim இருந்தால்தான் இந்த செட் ஆஃப் வழக்கு தொடர முடியும். So the existence of cross claim is the prerequisite for set of claim. For example, A files a suit against B for rupees 50,000, and at the same time B takes a defense that the plaintiff has to pay rupees 30,000 to the defendant. So after adjusting, he is ready to pay the remaining amount of 20,000. So this is called set of claim. And another thing, what are the elements or conditions for the set of claim? First thing is there should be a money claim that should be preferred by the plaintiff. And second thing, the defendant has to file a written statement in which the counter claim should also be there. Then the amount must be one which is legally recoverable and not time barred. Then another thing, the pecuniary jurisdiction of the court should also be there. It should not exceed the amount of the pecuniary jurisdiction of the court. Another thing, both parties must file in the same character. These are all the conditions for the set of claim. Another thing, effect of set off. So whenever the effect of set off is, it is a mutual claim that in the written statement the defendant has to clearly state what the plaintiff has to pay to the defendant. So those things should be clearly stated in the written statement. Then only the written statement should be in an answer to the claim set off. Then type of set off. In the set off there are two type of things. One is called legal set off and equitable set off. In legal set off, the amount is ascertained, and accordingly the claim should be paid. That is called legal set off. In legal set off, amount claimed as set off must be legally recoverable and not time barred. That is according to rule 6. And in equitable set off, the money is not ascertained. Exactly, it is not ascertained, and even if it is time barred, it will be taken up for granted. And this is in equitable set off. Order 20 rule 19 deals about the equitable set off. For example, whenever the workman fails to do his duty, or if there is a negligence on the part of the worker or the employee, there is some considerable loss to the employer, then the employer has to deduct something from the employee, or the employee has to pay the compensation to the employer, which is caused by the negligence of the employee, that is fixed by the court. That is called equitable set off. Likewise, when the washerman loses some cloth, that is the loss should be borne by the washerman. That is called equitable set off. So these are all not ascertained, and the separate claim is not necessary, and in one claim everything can be settled. That is called equitable set off. And judge may disallow to set off. In some of the cases, the defendant, what we said, both the defendant and plaintiff, in one case the counterclaim can be granted by the court by seeing all the claims made by the plaintiff and the defendant. But in the case of, in some cases, the court, if it thinks fit that the defendant has to claim a separate case or institute a separate case, then the defendant has to institute a separate case. This is according to the discretion of the court. Then the judgment for balance. Whenever any adjustment is made, the judgment can be made accordingly, and if the defendant has to be paid in excess of the claim made by the plaintiff, that also can be ordered by the court. That is judgment for balance. So with these things we conclude this video.